Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, June 5th, and this is the search news we cover at the Search Engine Roundtable at SEMRush.com. Trying something new. I got a green screen for XMX Next, so I'm figuring I'm going to try using it for this, just because doing it upstairs by the bookshelf, although it's a nice little shot, the kids are up. They kind of make noise. I gotta have to redo these multiple times. So now I'm in the basement trying this. And maybe comment below. Let me know what background you want for next week. And maybe I'll change it up every week since we really are staying at home. We can't go anywhere. Maybe I'll take you somewhere with these virtual backgrounds. Or maybe if you hate them, just let me know and I'll just go back to the bookcase. Any event, first up, I posted the big Google Webmaster report for June. I basically covered all the big things that happened over the past month. So if you want to catch up, and you were offline for most of May, you could catch up. I posted it on June 3rd, and it'll give you a quick catch up on what is going on with search over the past 30 days. So definitely take a look at that. Earlier this week, we saw early signs of a Google update again. I'm not sure if it was related to an indexing bug, which we'll get to a little bit later, but there definitely was a lot of fluctuations around Google search. Lots of the tools started to spike up and noticed major changes. A lot of sites said, hey, we're seeing changes and so forth, but Google did not confirm it, so just keep that in mind. They posted about that earlier this week. The fun news this week, I guess you want to call it that, the scandalous, the controversy this week was that SEMRush has taken down their guest blogging service under their new content marketing marketplace. So they launched this guest blogging service, which actually said, I'll read it to you. The guest posting service from SEMRush Marketplace provides you with a cascade of high-quality, natural links to your site, boosting your rankings and helping you get more organic traffic. And it goes on and then says, buying this stuff, talks about links here and there. But John Mueller was asked about this from Google, and he said that's an unnatural link, the kind the Webspam team might take action on. He said if those links had no follows or no or well sponsored on it, it would be fine. But those are no follow links those are unnatural links that could get penalized if they have no follows on it. SEMRush removed it after a day or so, apologized, and everything is great. I'm just a little bit surprised that they would relaunch something around guest blogging, knowing the history of guest blogging and these types of link schemes. Not that they probably intentionally did it for link schemes, but it's just a slippery slope, and Google at one point back in early 2000s allowed it, but then in 2014 said no more, we're not allowing it. SEOs, you ruined it. So I'm surprised they actually launched that, but it is what it is. Google's John Mueller, related to that, basically says, no, usually when people submit stuff to me like these things and they ask me questions about borderline or even spammy things, I'm not going to go ahead and report that to the Webspam team. He said he generally does not do that. He also added that he's hoping and giving a chance for sites to clean up the issues themselves. There's enough public pressure for sites to improve already, and my feeling is often they do improve. So basically, by him not saying anything, he's just hopeful that they will do something, and he doesn't have to pass it along to the Webspam team, but maybe he'll make a note and pass it on later. I don't know. Two big things came from Bing this week. Bing Webmaster Tools launched two new features. One is kind of shocking to me. They brought back their competitive link analysis tool. It's brand new, obviously, but if you go to the new Bing Webmaster Tools and you click on the links tool, there's now a new thing called similar sites, and it'll actually show you how your site compares to other sites. And all you got to do is plug in any other site you want, any other domain you want, and it will compare the number of links, the anchor text, the referring domains, and so forth. So it's pretty interesting that they released this. They actually took over a feature from Yahoo, and they kind of took over Yahoo services, Yahoo Site Explorer that had this. Then they moved it to Bing's tools. Then they got rid of the competitive side of things and just had the links tool, and now they're bringing it back. So it's pretty interesting. Definitely take a look at that. It's well worth looking at. And also Bing launched a new site scan tool in Bing Webmaster Tools. Site scan basically lets you do some type of SEO audit for your site. You can say how many pages you want it to scan, how deep you want it to scan, and it'll give you basically a basic SEO audit report for you. Again, all free and all very cool and useful. Google feature snippets now will highlight your answer when you click on it. This is something that Google did in 2018 and 2019 with the mobile AMP related pages. So if you clicked on a snippet, it would actually anchor you down to the page and highlight that text. Now Google's doing that for Chrome and other modern browsers on desktop. So it's pretty interesting to see. Some people like it, some people dislike it. It's probably good for users, but maybe not so great for webmasters. And Google's John Mueller said, no, even though there's tracking parameters on those URLs, we're still probably not going to add the filter options in Google Search Console performance reports. You're not going to get that data from us because they don't want. They usually had a feature like that and they removed it, but it's not going to happen. So I spoke earlier about Google having an issue showing fresh content in the Google search results. So Google confirmed it. They said it was an indexing issue. This started around on June 2nd, around like 7 a.m. or so in the morning Eastern time. And then Google confirmed it several hours later. And then the following day, they actually said it was resolved. So if you had any issues there, it should be resolved. Google's John Mueller said that they could and do use historical data about your domain name for rankings. And not just for, was the site adult or the overall link schemes, but search quality algorithms will take a year or so. If you're doing really bad stuff and the search quality algorithms like a core update hit you, like my site, it could take over a year or so for Google to trust your site again. That's what he said. It's pretty interesting. Definitely take a look at that. I wrote about that this week as well. Bing said they won't say that they will never use meta keywords tag for rankings. It's pretty interesting because in 2014, Bing said that the key meta keywords tag is dead in terms of SEO value. So that was pretty interesting for them to say. But now, and even Christy Olsen actually confirmed that. He's like, yeah, it's dead. But right after that, Frederick Dubois from Bing said they won't basically say yes or no. They might use it in the future. They're not going to say. And again, with machine learning being so powerful at Bing, they're not really going to go ahead and say yes or no there. Google My Business launched a new feature this week called More Hours. It basically gives you the ability to create flexible hours for your business. So if you have you're a supermarket and you have your senior hours early in the morning, you could say, senior hours are from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And also maybe you have at night, you could say senior hours are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's very, very flexible in terms of how you create these hours. So they give you the types of hours like senior hours or things like drive-through hours or whatever it might be, and you can actually specify all those in the Google My Business under More Hours. So definitely take a look at that if that would help your business. Google Ads added explanations to the account performance tab. So if you want to know why maybe your site's ad performance dropped or increased for a specific type of campaign or a specific keyword set or whatever it might be, you could click on the explanations tab and it'll tell you why it thinks it did that. So that's pretty cool. Google Keyword Planner added the ability to see refined keywords, so it gives you more refinements around keyword ideas that you could use for your campaigns. And Google Discover ads are now available globally. You no longer have to, it's no longer just the US, it's now available globally across, obviously, Google's homepage, on Google mobile search, Google Apps, and so forth, YouTube, and also Gmail. So if you are into Google Discover ads, they're now available globally. Google seems to be testing rich results on homepages, so you could actually see star ratings or how-to schema and stuff like that. I can't replicate this, but Brody Clark was able to share screenshots and some other people were able to replicate this. I'm not sure if it's a test or if it was a bug or something, but I cannot replicate that. Google featured snippets are now kind of combining featured snippets with the local answer and local knowledge panel. Pretty interesting to see this. I am able to replicate this, so that is interesting to see. Google is testing Sitelinks with heavy borders. Google's been testing this for the past couple weeks or so. I'm not able to replicate this either, but definitely lots of people are seeing this, so that's interesting. And finally, Google has new search leads. Google is making some shuffles around what's going on with search. Now, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing his name, but he's been in search for years and years. For the past 2 years, he's actually leading the Google Ads team, but that didn't seem to be a right fit for him. So Ben Gomes is kind of moving over to the Google Education team. Maybe he's kind of tired of after working at Google for 20 years and he wants to step back a bit. I don't know. But he's moving to Google Education side of things, and he's going to be advising the search team, including the new lead, I'm going to try to pronounce his name, Prabhakar Raghavan. Anyway, he was with IBM back in the old days in the IBM research team. Then he went over to Yahoo doing a lot of search stuff. Then he moved to Google and he took over ads team, and he did that for 2 years, but that he's going to be replaced in the ads team. Jen Fitzpatrick is leaving also the maps team and joining the central engineering team, but Jerry Dishler is going to take over the head of Google Ads. Ben Gomes is going to Google Education, like I said, and this new search lead is taking over from Ben Gomes. Ben Gomes took over from the previous search lead, who was John. Again, I can't pronounce his name, but he moved over to Apple to run Siri. He was really into AI and machine learning. And before that, John took over from Meet Segal, who was leading search for a really long time. So hopefully we'll see some pretty cool things from this. Congratulations on all those changes. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. Today is June 5th. Hope everybody's doing well. Again, if you want to go ahead and comment on the background, you like it, dislike it, or you want to see a certain type of background, let me know, and I'll try to drop it in there. Hopefully this worked out well. I'll see you guys next week, and be well. Bye-bye.